Season 1. The Disappearance of Sanity. Welcome to Hawkins, a town so boring, even ghosts would die of boredom. You wake up, stretch, and the biggest threat in your life is missing the school bus. Until one night, a kid named Will vanishes, and suddenly your small town turns into a Stephen King group project gone wrong. First, everyone assumes it's normal. Maybe he ran away. Maybe he's hiding. Maybe he just couldn't handle another Dungeons and Dragons loss. But then, your lights start blinking Morse code, the air hums like bad Wi-Fi, and your mom starts talking to Christmas lights like she's texting the dead. You try to tell yourself it's fine, but deep down, you know something's off. Because the cops, clueless. The government, building literal portals to hell behind the Kmart. And the new girl in town, she can throw trucks with her mind, and bleeds every time she sneezes. Then it happens, the sound that makes your bones lock up, that wet, clicking growl from the woods, the Demogorgon, a 7-foot-tall, man-eating flower with teeth for personality. You freeze. You think, maybe it's friendly. It's not. It's a walking blender that snacks on teenagers and probably your emotional stability too. You start seeing things. Shadows move when you blink. The walls breathe. The phone rings, and it's just static whispering your name. Hawkins feels wrong, like someone peeled the skin off reality and forgot to put it back. The government swears it's under control. But when was the last time the government told the truth? Meanwhile, Will's stuck in a nightmare world called the Upside Down. Basically, Hawkins' evil twin, covered in slime, fog, and lifelong trauma. The air's toxic. The trees drip goo, and everything looks like it's been microwaved. He's trying to send SOS messages through light bulbs while you're just trying not to wet yourself every time the power flickers. Living in Season 1 means paranoia is your new religion. You don't trust anyone, not your friends, not the cops, not even your reflection, because for all you know, it's not your reflection anymore. And if you think you'd survive, you wouldn't. This isn't a hero's journey. It's a buffet, and you're the appetizer. The Demogorgon doesn't care if you're smart, cool, or innocent. It just wants a snack. By the time you realize you're in danger, you're already breathing in the Upside Down's toxic air, praying 11 shows up before your name becomes another Hawkins obituary. So yeah, welcome to Season 1, where missing kids, nosebleeds, and government lies are just Monday. And if you somehow make it out alive, don't celebrate, because this was the easy part. The darkness has only just started stretching its legs. Season 2, PTSD Simulator. You'd think after barely surviving a tooth-faced nightmare and watching your friends bleed out in slow motion, Hawkins would chill. Nope. Season 2 hits, and suddenly the town's acting like trauma is just another elective at school. You're back to pretending everything's fine, but deep down, everyone's one flickering light bulb away from a breakdown. Will's back from the Upside Down, which sounds great, until you realize he's basically a walking Wi-Fi router for interdimensional evil. The poor kid can't even eat breakfast without dry heaving visions of hell. You'd think the adults would get him therapy. Instead, they give him more medical tests and call it a day. Classic Hawkins healthcare. Meanwhile, the rest of you are trying to move on, but weird things keep happening. Like dead pumpkins everywhere, your new classmate being a raging mullet in human form, and the government men still creeping around like it's Area 51. And let's not forget the random demonic tunnels spreading under the entire town like cursed plumbing. Then there's the Mind Flayer, a shadow monster that basically said, Demogorgon? Cute. This thing doesn't just want to kill you, it wants to puppet you, possess you, and use your body like a rental car. Imagine being so evil that even the Upside Down is scared of you. And here's the worst part. You can't even tell who's infected. Your best friend? Maybe possessed? Your teacher? Definitely possessed. That twitchy kid in class who smells like sulfur? Either demonic or just hasn't showered since episode 3. Every cough feels like a death sentence. Meanwhile, Eleven's off on her own self-discovery road trip, meeting her edgy sister and giving herself a hot topic makeover. She's learning to control her powers, but Hawkins is burning while she's trying to find herself. And when she finally returns, she literally closes a gate to hell with her mind, like full power mode. But you know what that means, right? If she closed it, something on the other side just got mad. So here you are, pretending it's over again, but it never really is. The air still hums weird, the lights still flicker, and sometimes when you look into the woods, you swear you can still see the shadow of something enormous. Justy tourist tour. Waiter living in Season 2 isn't survival, it's slow-motion anxiety. You wake up every morning wondering if the world's ending again or if it's just another Tuesday. The town's cursed, the kids are traumatized, and the monsters are getting smarter. So if you survived Season 1, congratulations. You've officially signed up for the sequel nobody wanted. Hawkins isn't just haunted anymore, it's infected. And whatever's crawling under your feet isn't staying underground for long. Because in Hawkins, every victory is just the setup for your next nightmare. Season 3, Capitalism Meets Cthulhu. You'd think after 2 seasons of trauma maybe, just maybe, Hawkins would catch a break. Nope, season 3 starts with the illusion of normalcy. Fireworks, milkshakes, summer love, and neon mall lights. It looks like paradise. Feels like a John Hughes movie. But under the glitter and synth pop, hell's still open for business. And this time, it's under the food court. Welcome to Starcourt Mall, where capitalism meets Cthulhu. Everyone's distracted by Orange Julius and Jazzercise while the Russians, yes, the actual Russians, are building a portal to the upside down under the mall. Because, apparently the Cold War wasn't terrifying enough, we needed a literal gateway to interdimensional doom right next to Claire's boutique. You're eating a pretzel 1 minute, and the next, you're watching rats explode into puddles of flesh goo. Try returning that at customer service. Hawkins isn't just haunted anymore, it's melting. Meanwhile, Billy, the guy who already looked like he'd punch a mirror for flirting with his reflection, gets possessed. Now he's not just angry, he's a walking bioweapon with perfect hair. The mind flayers using him to recruit an army of meat puppets. Basically a small-town zombie apocalypse disguised as a 4th of July BBQ. And you're probably still trying to enjoy your summer, dodging both emotional drama and body-snatching sludge monsters. Your friends are falling in love, breaking up, or getting literally dissolved. You're eating ice cream, while your coworker is being liquefied by psychic evil. Hawkins, baby, every season's a vibe. Let's not forget the adults. Joyce is convinced every magnet in town is plotting against her. Hopper's now full-time dad cop with a temper problem. And the Russians? They're camped out like it's Stranger Things meets Metal Gear. Solid. The government's losing control, the malls crawling with commies, and the mind flayers out here blending civilians into organic monster jello. And when the fireworks start, that's not celebration, that's war. You're sprinting through burning aisles of the Gap while a skyscraper-sized meat monster is screaming in Dolby surround sound. People are dying, memories are breaking, and Hawkins keeps pretending it's all fine. Spoiler, it's not. By the end, half your friends are traumatized, your mall job's destroyed, and the guy who used to ground you for missing curfew just sacrificed himself in a laser fight against Russians. The government swoops in again, scrubs the scene, and Hawkins goes back to pretending nothing happened. Living in season 3 is like trying to enjoy a summer vacation while trapped inside an 80s horror mixtape. The town's rotten, the monsters are evolving, and somehow you still have to clock in for your next shift at Scoops Ahoy. So yeah, you survived another round. Congratulations. You've just witnessed what happens when the American dream gets slimed by the upside down. Hope you kept your receipt, because the warranty on normal life just expired. You thought Hawkins was finally done torturing you? Adorable. Season 4 doesn't just bring the pain, it invites it in, gives it a backstory, and plays running up that hill on repeat while it dismantles your mental health in HD. By now, Hawkins isn't a town. It's a cosmic stress test. You've survived monsters, Russians, and malls that double as death traps. But this time, the real horror isn't a creature you can punch. It's Vecna, a 7-foot-tall nightmare who looks like Voldemort's emo cousin and kills you by turning your trauma into a murder weapon. Here's how it goes down. You start hearing a clock tick. You think it's your anxiety? Cute. That's Vecna calling. Then your nose bleeds, your body levitates, and before you can even say, holy sh, your bones snap like glow sticks at an 80s rave. Living in Hawkins during season 4 is like playing truth or dare with the devil, and every answer is a flashback to your worst memory. The D&D kids? Public enemy number 1. Because apparently, to half the town, dice equals Satan. Hawkins goes full witch hunt mode, mobs with torches, paranoia in stereo, and the cops still being, well, Hawkins cops. You can't even listen to metal without risking an exorcism from your neighbor. Meanwhile, Eleven's lost her powers, which is like Superman waking up allergic to gravity. She's bullied, hunted, and emotionally broken. You'd think the poor girl would get a season off, but nope. Back to government labs and emotional breakdown she goes. And speaking of trauma, Max Mayfield's out here holding the record for most emotionally destroyed teenager alive. She's grieving Billy, haunted by guilt, and one mental breakdown away from Vecna's kill list. Then comes that moment. Kate Bush, red skies, and a literal sprint through the upside down powered by heartbreak and 80s music. If you're living in Hawkins right now, your survival plan is simple. Make a playlist. Because apparently, Spotify is the only thing protecting you from psychic murder. Vecna's not just killing people, he's setting the mood. He targets the lonely, the grieving, the mentally exhausted, which, let's be real, is everyone in Hawkins by this point. The guy's less a monster and more a licensed therapist gone rogue. And it's not just emotional horror anymore. It's spiritual chaos. Cracks opening in the earth, kids floating, mindscapes collapsing. The upside down isn't hiding anymore. It's expanding. You're watching Hawkins split in half like a rotten pumpkin, while the grown-ups are still pretending it's just an earthquake. By the end of it all, half your town's gone, your trauma playlist's worn out, and Vecna's still out there, alive, plotting, and creepily monologuing somewhere in the dark. Hawkins is broken beyond repair, and so are you. Season 4 isn't just survival horror, it's emotional demolition. The monsters evolved, the town devolved, and you? You're left standing in the wreckage, wondering how the hell this show keeps finding new ways to ruin human happiness. If you like this dive into small-town hell, buckle up. Next week, we're going somewhere even worse, a place where monsters aren't born in labs, they're made in garages. Yep, we're talking why it sucks to be in every season of Squid Game. Because let's face it, in Hawkins, you might get eaten by a monster, but in Albuquerque, you're getting cooked by one. This has been Undead Opinion, where nostalgia dies young, the truth's darker than the Demogorgons' basement, and we watch your favorite shows so you don't have to live in them.